So in the previous class we have discussed about various shapes of sewers, and so we have to do some design numerical problems based on the quantity estimations. Okay, so in the previous classes we have seen, so to design the sewer, so we need to have the proper self cleansing velocity. Okay, so which we discussed using finding out the self cleansing velocity using different equations, that is Manning's equation, v is equal to 1 by n m to the power of 2 by 3 and s to the power of half. So likewise we have the equations to get the velocity and also to discharge, and we have also seen that there are two kinds of quantities which has to be estimated, that is the dry weather flow and wet weather flow. So here we will go through some of the numerical examples. So to see here the stormwater flow, as we have seen. Okay, so we have to find out the two different quantities, that is the discharge of dry weather flow as well as wet weather flow. Okay, so in this equation we will see how this the stormwater quantity is estimated. Okay, so here, so this formula we have already discussed in previous classes about while we have talked about the estimation of stormwater flow. Okay, so here, so the stormwater flow is given by the equation Q is equal to CIA divided by 360. Here Q will give the quantity of stormwater in meter cube per second. Okay, so this is also called as wet weather flow. Okay, so we have different formulas to find out the empirical formulas and rational formula, and this method what you are seeing here is called as the estimation of stormwater by the rational method. Okay, so this method is called as rational method, wherein we use the formula Q is equal to CIA divided by 360. Here Q is the quantity of stormwater in meter cube per second, and capital C is the coefficient of runoff. Okay, so this is called as the coefficient of runoff. So it value, again it depends on the type of the surface on which the runoff is occurring. Okay, so I is called as intensity of the rainfall measured in millimeter per hour for the duration equal to the time of concentration. Okay, so time of concentration we have seen, that is time of concentration Tc is given by time of entry plus time of flow. Okay, so in case if the intensity of the rainfall is not given, then it is equal to the time of concentration Tc. So Tc is equal to intensity of the rainfall if it is not given in the numerical problem data. Okay, and A is the area of the drainage in hectares. Okay, so remember this formula is used whenever you are using the area in terms of the hectares. Okay, so these units you should be careful while solving the problem. Okay, so nowadays while you are discharging a while you are estimating a stormwater flow for a larger or wider area, for example if you take a city, so a city may be comprising of different surfaces. Okay, so surfaces on which the surfaces of drainage wherever the rainfall is occurring. So if you take our own campus, college campus, so you will have different 4 to 5 different types of areas. Okay, if you just move across our campus, so you will find that the rooftop concrete pavements are there. Okay, so rooftop concrete or the floors are there, on which whenever the water falls the runoff characteristics will be different. Similarly you also have the road surfaces, on the rainfall the falls, whatever the raindrops which falls on the road surface, the runoff will be different. Similarly you also have the plain lands, that is grassland, open areas. So whenever the rainfall falls on that surface, the runoff will be different. So in that case, so we will estimate the runoff, the coefficient of runoff by using this equation, that is summation of A into I into C into I divided by all the area. So where A is the area of the drainage, okay, and the C is the coefficient of runoff for particular surface. Similarly A2 is the area of drainage of road surface, its respective coefficient. So up to n, if you have n number of areas, we can have the a1 into c1 and a2 into c2 plus a3 into c3 up to an into an. So whole divided by all the areas, that is a1 into a2 plus a3 up to a into n. Okay, so here a1, a2, a3 are the different types of areas contribute to the runoff. For example, if you take the a1 as top concrete pavements, and A2 as the road surfaces, and A3 is the plain land. Similarly, its respective coefficient has to be multiplied to get to get the total coefficient of runoff using this equation. And A is the summation of all the areas, that is A1 may be having 50 hectares, A2 may be 100 hectares, and A3 may be another 50 hectares. Then total A1 plus A2 plus A3 will be 50 plus 100 plus 50. Okay, so that is how you will find out the coefficient of runoff. Okay, so once if we solve one numerical example, so you will find out how to if you have only one particular type of area, then no need to use this equation, because you have only one type of area and you have to multiply that by the coefficient of runoff. That is, you can just use Q is equal to CIA divided by 360, where A is the area and C is the coefficient of runoff and I is the intensity of the rainfall. Okay, so to find out the intensity of the rainfall, so it is the ratio of depth of the rainfall divided by duration of the rainfall. So here it can also be obtained by using the equation I is equal to 25.4a divided by T plus B. Okay, so where here T is the storm duration in minutes and A and B are the constants. Okay, so here if these A and B, again it depends on the duration of the storm. Okay, if the storm duration is between 5 to 20 minutes, then value of A will be 30 and B will be 10. So if the runoff storm duration is more than 20 minutes up to 100 minutes, then value of A will be 40 and B will be 20. Okay, so remember here, if the duration of storm is not given, then the T is equal to TC, that is T is equal to the TC, that is time of concentration. Okay, so this is time of concentration, that is it is the time required by the farthest drop of the rain particle to reach the mouth of the sewer. Okay, and the point under consideration through which the maximum runoff takes place, that is called as the time of concentration. This we have already illustrated by using a diagram, just to have a refreshing knowledge while before solving the problem, to just acquainted with these terms again once more. So I am showing you the time of concentration is given by time of entry plus time of flow. Okay, so the time of entry is obtained by 0.885 L cube divided by H whole to the power of 0.385. So where TE is time of inlet in terms of minute, and L is the length of overland flow in kilometer from critical point to the mouth of the drain. That is, if the rainfall drop falls here, so the time taken by the particle to travel from this end to the mouth of this drain. So this is called as time of entry. Okay, so this is the time of inlet. Okay, so in which we have to substitute in this in this formula. Okay, so then H is the total fall of level from critical point to the mouth of the drain. Okay, so it is the total fall or gradient from this point to this point, that is to the entry of the mouth. So this can be obtained, so this is the length and this is the total length and also the gradient. So to obtain the time of entry, if you substitute in this equation, we will get the time of entry. Okay, so time of flow can be obtained by the total length of the drain divided by velocity in the drain, because so time of flow is equal to time of entry plus time of flow. Okay, so here you may be having a length of the drain through which the rainfall the runoff will occur, so divided by the velocity in the drain. Okay, so if you add these two terms, that is time of entry and time of flow, then we will get the time of concentration. Okay, so now let us solve this problem. So the it is a population for a town which is having the total count of the population as 1 lakh persons, and it is having an area of 100 hectares. Okay, so here the rate of water supply for this city is 200 LPCD. The average runoff coefficient for the entire area is 0.5 and time of concentration is 50 minutes. And assume here that 75% of the water supplied reaches the sewer. So find out the dry weather flow and wet weather flow in terms of meter cube per second. So this is the data which is given in the problem. So what you have to find out the dry weather flow, that is the quantity which is obtained as dry weather flow, and also wet weather flow. That means to find out the discharge, so for that discharge we have to decide the diameter and velocity of the sieve. So in this numerical problem it is being asked us to find out what is the dry weather flow and wet weather flow. So we have discussed so many times that the dry weather flow estimation, it is the directly related to the rate of water supply and the population. So we have already calculated this. Okay, so in our water supply systems and all, to obtain the total water supply we multiply the rate of water supply with respect to the population. Similarly here, so we will multiply the population into per capita into the percentage here. So to estimate the sewage, so here in the problem itself it is given that 75% of the water supply will reach the sewer. So that is why here what we are doing is we are multiplying the population, that is 1 lakh into 200 liters per day. Okay, so this will give you the total water supply. Okay, so out of that they are telling that 75% of the water supply will reach the sewer. That means 75% of the whatever water we are supplying, that will come out as the sewage, and that is the discharge, and that is the dry weather flow. So for that what we are doing is, so we are multiplying this quantity by 0.75. So to convert this liters per day into meter cube per second, so what we are doing is we are dividing it by 1000 into 24 into 60 into 60. Okay, so to the quantity of the water supplied, and 75% of that water supply will come out as the wastewater. So if you work out all these things, you will get the discharge as 0.173 meter cube per second. Okay, so now this is the estimation of the dry weather flow. Similarly, now we have to obtain the quantity of the wet weather flow. Okay, so here, so it is the data which is given. So all this data is given to estimate the dry weather flow. Here we have to estimate the wet weather flow. So that is nothing but the storm water flow. So we know that the rational formula for estimation of storm water flow is Q is equal to C into I into A divided by 360. Okay, so here if the duration of the storm is not given, then T is equal to time of concentration. Okay, so here the time of concentration is given as 50 minutes. Okay, so in this case, so we have to find out what is the intensity of the rainfall. Sometimes the value will be directly given with respect to intensity. If the intensity of the rainfall data is not given and if the time of concentration is given, then we have to find out by using this formula, that is intensity of the rainfall I is equal to 25.4 into A divided by T plus B, where A and B are constants. It depends on the storm duration. Okay, so we have seen that in the previous slide, and T is the time of concentration in minutes. Okay, so using this storm duration, that is here you can see that the storm duration, if it is in between 5 to 20 minutes, then the value of A will be 30 and B will be 40. So in this case the duration of the storm is more than 15 minutes. So hence we have to obtain the value as I is equal to, we will obtain the value of A and B as 40 and 20 respectively. So then we have to substitute this for this A and B in this above formula, that is I is equal to 24.5, the value of A is 40, so whole divided by the storm duration is 20 minutes, 50 plus, then the value of B will be 20. In this case the intensity of the rainfall will be 14.51 millimeter per hour. Okay, so this value we have to substitute in this equation, that is Q is equal to C into I into A divided by 360. Here the value of average coefficient value is given for the entire area. So here we are substituting the value of C as 0.5 into I is the intensity of the rainfall. So directly the intensity is not given here, that is why we are calculating based on the storm duration, that is I is equal to 25.4 A divided by T plus B. We have worked out and we have got the value as 14.51 mm per hour into A. A is the area of the drainage, remember, in terms of hectares. So here directly it is given in terms of hectares. So we will substitute these values which is obtained, that is 0.5 into 14.51 into 100 divided by 360. So we will get the quantity of the wet weather flow or storm flow is equal to 2.015. so this is what we have, which is asked in the problem, and we have worked out using the data which is given. So this is how you have to solve the numerical problems. Okay, so now coming to the next problem. So you have to determine the design discharge for a combined sewerage system serving the population of 50,000 with the rate of water supply as 135 LPCD. The catchment area is 100 hectares and the average coefficient of runoff is 0.60. The time of concentration for the design rainfall is 30 minutes. For estimating design discharge, consider the peak factor as 2.5. Okay, so here similarly in the you have to, in the previous problem we have estimated the wet weather flow and dry weather flow. So here also you are asked to find out the design discharge for a combined sewerage system. Combined sewerage system means, so we are designing a sewer which carries both dry weather flow and wet weather flow together. Okay, so we have to find out the discharge, okay, for a pipe. So for that again we are, so based on the given data, what is the data given here? You can see the population is 50,000 in numbers, then area of drainage is 100 hectares, the rate of water supply in this case is 135 LPCD, and coefficient of runoff for the entire area is 0.6. The time of concentration is given as 30 minutes. Okay, so to find out the dry weather flow, what we are doing is we are multiplying the population by per capita demand. Okay, and it is not being said that how much amount of water supply will come out as sewage. So we can assume anywhere between 75 to 85%. Okay, in between 70 to 85%. So in this problem, let us assume that 80% of water supply will reach the sewer. Okay, and they have also given that we have to consider the peaking factor of 2.5. Okay, so that means we are designing the sewer for the maximum discharge. Okay, so in earlier problem you might notice that the LPCD was 200, so here 135 LPCD was given, so that's why we are designing it for maximum discharge or peak discharge. So that is why that value will be multiplied by 0.5. Here you can see 50,000 population into 135 liters per day. So this is the total water supplied. Okay, so from this total water supply we are assuming that 80% of water supply will come out as sewage. That is why, so it is multiplied by 8 divided by 100 or 0 into just 0.8. So you will get the total quantity of the water supply as water supply and sewage as 5.4 into 10 raised to 6 liters per day. So to this liters per day we have to convert this in terms of meter cube per second. So that is why we are multiplying. So to converting liters to meter cube we are dividing it by 1000, and for converting into meter cube per day again we have to multiply it by this quantity by 24 into 60 into 60 to obtain the discharge in terms of meter cube per second. So this is the discharge we have obtained, and in this numerical problem it is saying that, so the design for estimating design discharge we have to consider the peak factor of 2.5. So that is why for the obtained discharge here we are multiplying the value by 2.5. okay, so this is called as peaking factor. Okay, so then we will get the total quantity of dry weather flow as 0.156 meter cube per second. Okay, so similarly we have to obtain the wet weather flow here. So what is the formula? So it is Q is equal to CIA divided by 360. Okay, so we know that Q is equal to CIA divided by 360. Here the time of concentration is given. Okay, so it is 30 minutes. So under that circumstance again the value of A will be 40 and B will be 20. So using this formula, so we will find out the intensity of the rainfall, that is I is equal to 25.4 into A divided by T plus B, where A and B are constants and T is the time of the concentration. Okay, so I is equal to 25.4 into A is 40 divided by T is the here duration of the rainfall, which is given as 30 minutes. Okay, we are substituting here as 30 plus the constant B value is 20. Okay, so in this case the intensity of the rainfall will be 20.32 millimeter per hour. Okay, so by using the formula Q is equal to CIA divided by 360, here the coefficient of runoff for entire area is directly given, that is 0.6 into I, value of the intensity of the rainfall, it is 20.32 into area of the drainage is how much here, 100 hectares. Okay, that is we are multiplying this value by 100, so whole divided by 360. So we have obtained the value of storm water flow or wet weather flow is equal to 3.38 meter cube per second. So they are asking you to determine the design discharge for a combined sewerage system. Okay, combined sewerage system means, so it is the addition of dry weather flow and wet weather flow. Therefore the total combined discharge for this sewer will be the quantity of dry weather flow plus the wet weather flow. That is why, so here the dry weather flow we have obtained it as 0.156 meter cube per second plus the wet weather flow quantity is obtained as 3.38 meter cube per second. If you add the both dry weather flow and wet weather flow, we will get the value of total combined discharge is equal to 3.536 meter cube per second. Okay, I think now you have got the idea of estimation of the discharge. Okay, here so the data is given as in the next problem, a residential area has an area of 50 hectares and its length is 2400 meter. A circular storm water is to be led for the area. A velocity of 1 meter per second may be allowed when discharge with the maximum rate. Time of entry from the farthest area is 10 minutes. Calculate the storm discharge by assuming the impervious factor as 0.8. Okay, so here in this case we have to find out the quantity of the wet weather flow. Okay, so we know that the area of the drainage is 50 hectares, the length of the drain is given as 2400 meter, then velocity in the drain is given, it is 1 meter per second, the time of entry is given as 10 minutes and impervious factor is given as, that is coefficient of the runoff is 0.8. Okay, so we have to find out the storm water discharge by assuming the impervious factor as 0.8. Okay, so this is the data which is given. So we know that for estimation of the storm water flow, it is the equation rational formula uses Q is equal to CIA divided by 360. Here intensity of the rainfall formula is 25.4 into A divided by T plus B. The time of concentration is given by time of entry plus time of flow. So here the time of concentration is equal to, okay, so they are given here in this we know that the time of concentration is equal to time of entry plus time of flow. Here so they have given the time of entry is 10 minutes. Okay, and we have to find out the time of concentration. So we know that using this the time of flow formula, so it is given by the total length of the drain divided by velocity in the drain. So that is why, so to obtain the time of flow, so we have to divide this total length of the drain which is given in the problem, it is 2400 meter and the respective velocity in the drain is 1 meter per second. So we will obtain the time of flow as 40 minutes. So we have to add this time of flow to the time of entry to obtain the total time of concentration. So that is why the time of concentration TC is equal to TE plus TF, where TE is the time of entry and TF is the time of flow. So time of flow is not directly given, we have estimated by using the formula TF is equal to length of the drain divided by velocity of the drain by using the given data in the problem. So that is why the time of concentration is equal to, here the time of entry it is directly given as 10 meters. So we have obtained the time of flow, it is 40 minutes, then the time of concentration will be 50 minutes. So for this time of concentration, again we have to estimate the intensity of the rainfall using the equation 25.4 into A divided by T plus B, where A and B are constant based on the storm duration. If the storm duration is 50 minutes, hence the value of A is 40 and B is 20. So if you substitute that in this formula, you will obtain the time of intensity of the rainfall is equal to 15.41 millimeter per hour. So to obtain the storm water flow, so the equation is Q is equal to CIA divided by 360. Okay, so wet weather flow is given by CIA divided by 360. The coefficient of runoff is given in the problem. It is also called as impervious factor. It is 0.8. Intensity of the rainfall which we have obtained here, it is 14.51 into A is the total area of the drainage in hectares. It is given as 50 hectares. So divided by 360. The quantity of wet weather flow is equal to 1.612 meter cube per second. Okay, so this is what they are asking, that is calculate the storm water discharge or nothing but the wet weather flow. Okay, so then in the next problem, a combined sewer of circular section is to be led to serve a particular area. Calculate the size of the sewer for the following data. So they have given a data. For that data we have to find out the size of the sewer, that is we have to find out the diameter of the sewer. Okay, and this is the data which is given in the problem. So area to be served is 150 hectares. The total population is 50,000. Maximum permissible velocity is 3.2 meter per second. Okay, so time of entry is equal to 5 minutes. Time of flow is equal to 20 minutes. Okay, so rate of water supply is 270 LPCD. The coefficient of runoff or impervious factor is given as 0.45. Okay, and also we have to assume that 75% of water supply is converted into sewage. Okay, so first we have to obtain the dry weather flow as usual, then we have to obtain the quantity of wet weather flow, then we have to estimate the size of the sewer. Okay, so no doubt that. Okay, so since both the data is given, that is the population along with the estimation of the runoff coefficient and all, so we have to design a combined sewerage flow, that is we have to estimate dry weather flow and wet weather flow, and for the total design discharge we have to decide the size or diameter of the sewer. Okay, so in the first step we will determine what is the dry weather flow. To obtain the dry weather flow, what we generally do, so we multiply the population into per capita water supply into the peaking factor if it is given. Okay, so and the quantity which is to be obtained. Here in this case the peaking factor is not given and the rate of water supply is around 270 LPCD. That is why no need to add the peaking factor because it is already more. It is given for the peak water supply. So in the one of the problem we saw that the rate of water supply is 135. That's why we multiplied with peaking factor, and also the numerical value was given in the problem. So that is why, so directly we are multiplying the population into rate of water supply, and the 75% of the water supply will convert into sewage. That's why if you estimate that and to convert that liters per day into meter cube per second, again we are dividing the quantity by 1000 into 24 into 60 into 60, then we will obtain the total quantity of dry weather flow as 0.1172 meter cube per second. So now the next step is to find out the estimation of wet weather flow. Okay, so how to estimate the wet weather flow? We know that we have the formula Q is equal to CIA divided by 360, and again the intensity of the rainfall is given by I is equal to 25.4 A into T plus B. Okay, and time of concentration is equal to time of entry plus time of flow. So here both the values are given as you can see in the problem. Okay, so time of entry and time of flow. So that's why we can obtain the time of concentration by adding these two values, that is 5, time of entry is 5 minutes plus time of flow is 20 minutes. It will work out total as 25 minutes. Okay, if the duration of the storm is not given, then time of concentration is equal to then T is equal to TC. So the TC value is equal to 25 minutes. So and accordingly the value of A and B is equal to 40 and 50, and these values we have to substitute in this. I is equal to 25.4 into A divided by T plus B to obtain the intensity of the rainfall, that is 25.4 into 40 divided by 25 plus 20. Okay, so here T is the total time of concentration which is obtained by adding time of entry plus time of flow. A and B are the constants. Okay, so then we will get the intensity of the rainfall as 22.578 millimeter per hour. Okay, so we have obtained now the quantity of dry weather flow and wet weather flow. Okay, so the discharge, the dry weather flow quantity is 0.1172 meter cube per second. The this one we have to obtain by using the wet weather flow, that is the equation Q is equal to CIA divided by 360. Here the coefficient of runoff is given. In this case it is, as you can see, it is 0.45. so we are using this value in estimation of wet weather flow. So that is Q is equal to CIA divided by 360. Coefficient of runoff is 0.45 into intensity of the rainfall which we have obtained is 22.578 into area of drainage in terms of hectare, it is given it as 150 hectares. So divided by 360 we will obtain the discharge as 4.233 meter cube per second. Now the total discharge is obtained by the addition of dry weather flow and wet weather flow. The dry weather flow is 0.1172 meter cube per second plus the wet weather flow which we have obtained is 4.223 meter cube per second. Then the total combined discharge is equal to Q is equal to 4.35 meter cube per second. Now assuming the area of the circular is the sewer is given by A is equal to pi d square by 4. Okay, so here we have to estimate the area of the circular sewer. Okay, so then we using this formula, okay, so Q is equal to A into V. We know that the discharge is equal to area is equal to discharge divided by velocity. Q is equal to A into V. If you want to obtain the area, then we have to divide the discharge divided by velocity. The area is 4.35. okay, that is the discharge, the combined discharge is 4.35. the velocity is given in the problem, it is 3.2 meter per second. Then we have obtained the area as 1.359 meter square. Okay, so using this area we can find out the diameter by using the equation A is equal to pi d square by 4, where d is the diameter, pi is the value 3.14, and by substituting these values in this equation, that is A is equal to pi d square by 4, we obtain the diameter of the sewer as 1.316 meter. Okay, so this is the diameter which is required to carry the combined discharge of 4.35 meter cube per second with a velocity of 3.2 meter per second flowing through it. Okay, so hence we are designing a circular sewer of diameter 1.316 meter to carry both sewage and stormwater for the given data. Okay, so now this is a little peculiar or different kind of problem, so wherein you have to find out the discharge if the the area is comprising of different kinds of the rainfall. Okay, so here for one of the town, the total area of the drainage is 300 hectares. Okay, so the classification of the surface area of this area is as follows. Okay, so out of these 300 hectares, it is again further divided into roofs, pavement and ads, lawns and gardens, roads, open ground, single family dwellings, and these are the respective coefficient of runoff for the respective areas, and this is the percentage of the areas out of total 300 hectares. Okay, so for this if the intensity of this rainfall is 300 mm per hour with the duration equal to time of the concentration, if the population density in the area is 350 persons per hectare and rate of water supply is 200 LPCT, we have to calculate the design discharge for combined system, separate system, okay, and partially separate system. Okay, in this case we have to obtain first the estimation of the stormwater flow and the wet weather flow. So the data which is given here has, so total area is 300 hectares, intensity of the rainfall here directly it is given, it is 300 mm per hour, and population density is 350 persons per hectare, and rate of water supply for that particular population is 200 LPCD, and we are assuming here that 80% of the water supply will be discharging as sewer. Okay, so considering that, first we will try to find out what is the total coefficient of the runoffs. So for that we note that we have the formula to obtain the overall coefficient of runoff, we have to multiply the respective areas with respect to coefficients of runoff for particular area. So that is why we are using the formula Q is equal to A1 into C1 plus A2 into C2 plus up to AN into NN Cn the whole divided by A1 plus A2 plus A3 up to AN. Okay, so here as you can see there are 1 2 3 4 5 6 different types of areas with different percentage of areas out of total 300 hectares. So that's why what we are doing here is to find out the total value of the average value of the C. So we are multiplying the respective area with the respective coefficient. So that is why, so 0.9 into percentage of that area means it is multiplied by 0.15. Similarly, 0.15 is the percentage of pavement and roof yards and its respective coefficient of runoff is 0.80 plus 0.25, that is the lawns and gardens percentage area is 0.25 and its respective coefficient is 0.15 plus 0.20, that is the percentage area of the roads, plus 0.20 into 0.4, the respective coefficient of runoff for the road surface, plus 0.15 percentage of the open ground and its respective coefficient of runoff is 0.1 plus 0.10 percentage of single family dwelling units multiplied by 0.5. okay, so whole divided by 0.15 plus 0.15 plus 0.25 plus 0.20 plus 0.15 plus 0.10. okay, so this is the coefficient of runoff for the average coefficient of runoff for all considering different types of areas of drainage. okay, so we get the average impervious factor of coefficient of runoff as C is equal to 0.44. so now we know that Q is equal to CIA divided by 360. so that is why Q is equal to the coefficient of runoff average we have obtained in this case is 0.44. so that's why 0.44, and intensity of the rainfall directly it is given, it is 30 mm per hour. so that's why, so we are directly substituting it as 30 into area is 300 hectares, so divided by 360. okay, so we will obtain the quantity of wet weather flow as 11 meter cube per second. so now we have to find out the quantity of dry weather flow. so this is the data which is given. Total drainage area is 300 hectares and here the population is not directly given, it is given as 350 person per hectare. so that's why we are multiplying this 350 into 300 to obtain the total population here, into the rate of water supply is 200. so out of this total water supply, the 80% of water supply will be converted into sewage, that's why it is multiplied by 0.8. okay, so to obtain the convert the discharge we have to, okay, we will get the value as 16,800 meter cube per day. okay, so to this discharge we have to convert the meter cube per day into meter cube per second. so that's why, so we are dividing it by 24 into 60 into 60 to obtain the discharge in terms of meter cube per second. so this is the total discharge, the wet weather flow, it is 0.194 meter cube per second. okay, so this is the quantity of the dry weather flow. okay, so now we have to decide the we are considering the peaking factor as the 2. so for that's why we are multiplying the discharge by value 2 to obtain the total dry weather flow. it is given as 0.389 meter cube per second. okay, so this is the total quantity. For these quantities you can use the formula, Q is equal to A into V to find out the diameter if required, okay, based on the previous problems. okay, so this is how we will estimate the diameters and the sizing of the sewer. okay, so we will stop and I hope you have understood this. If you have any queries you can ask me, or if you are not able to solve it, or if you have any doubts, so you can get back to me. okay.